On the road, in the air, on the water. Buckle up. Always wear a life jacket.
Hi, I'm Rick Burnley, editor of Kayak Angler Magazine, and I'm here with Chris from Berkley, and he's got the new Forward braided line to share with us. Tell us what makes this line so special.
Yeah, you know, this is the Maserati of braids. I mean, when you're looking at Berkley and you're looking at catch more fish, it's all about being efficient. What these guys are doing with forward-facing sonar today is they're basically power fishing with a spinning rod, and they have to cast and cast and cast and cast. This braid will allow you to cast very far, but more importantly, it allows you to cast accurately because it casts effortlessly because it's so darn smooth. The number one setup is 8-pound braid and an 8-pound fluoro leader. I've got 8-pound right here. This will cast 30% farther than conventional braid. So in true Berkley fashion, it's all about catch more fish, and in a lot of ways we do that is make it to be less problems, less fouls, less issues. The pros tell me it's hard to win knot with this stuff because it's thermally fused and because of a proprietary process. It allows you to get to leave and keep your bait in the water and keep fishing instead of having it in the boat and messing around with fouls and loop knots and all that, wind knots. This stuff prevents that. So fantastic product we have. It comes from 4-pound through 17-pound in 3 different colors, high-vis colors and low-vis colors like we have here. But again, it's all about, it's purpose-built for a given technique, right? We know how important forward-facing sonar is these days. The anglers love it. We know it's only going to become more and more popular. So, you know, we talked a lot about casting distance, but the way we've constructed this product, it's not a normal braid. Although we call it braid, it's not braided line. You know, it's not like you're braiding it like your wife's hair, your daughter's hair. It's not braided line. And so what happens is with our proprietary process.
Tell me a little bit about braided line, like traditional braided line, how it's made, and then how this is different.
Sure. Traditional braided line is we'll bring it in, it'll come braided, and of course it'll run through our process. The problem you have with certain braided lines is the coatings will wear off. You know, the coating holds in the color. And if that wears off, what happens is that water gets into the braid, it gets into amongst the fibers, and it creates drag, whether casting drag or synchrate drag.
Right.
And so if you want to throw something small far and get it down to the fish quick and deep, this is what you're going to want to use. So it's that thermally fused process that keeps it all together, and it's that longitudinal twist that allows it to be more sensitive.
Tell me a little bit about this longitudinal twist too. It's not like braided line is crossed, the little fibers are crossed together like 8, you know, and all that. This is done differently.
Absolutely.
How's it done differently?
Well, I can't get too much into the detail there. What I will say is that we try to optimize our casting distance.
Right.
And we try to tweak things and look at things a certain way to say, okay, I can give up this, but if I increase my casting, what do I need to do that? And that's what we've done here. Look, we know that forward-facing sonar is becoming more and more popular. And we know some anglers believe that forward-facing sonar actually detracts from fish activity.
Right.
They're weary of it. Don't know the truth about some of that stuff, but I know perception is reality, and that's what we face in fishing tackle. And if that's what they perceive, then that's what we go with. So this will allow them to cast far. If they want to stay back, they can cast it far.
I gotcha.
Whether they believe it or not, it's ultimately going to allow them to cast more accurately. So the great thing is that it's all about casting, bringing it in, catching the fish, bringing it back in, and keep going, which ultimately allows them to catch more fish and certainly be efficient on the water.
And when will this be available?
This will be available later this year, October, November timeframe. And you can certainly find more information on berkleyfishing.com.
Well, thank you for that information, because I've been really interested in finding out how this stuff is different than regular braided line, and now we know.
Absolutely. Thanks,
buddy.
Yep.